This free step-by-step video comes to you directly from Haynes. You can complete more than 200 jobs on this vehicle when you purchase the complete Haynes online manual at haynes.com.
Alternator renewal. Operate the bonnet release lever located in the driver's footwell. Release the bonnet safety catch and raise the bonnet. Lift the engine cover from its mountings and remove it from the engine compartment. Open the tailgate, remove the luggage compartment floor panel, then undo the retaining nut and remove the spare wheel. Lift the cover and use a spanner to undo the clamp at the battery negative terminal. Position the clamp to one side. Slacken the retaining clips and remove the air intake hose from the throttle housing. Note the location of the coolant pipe retaining bolts, then remove the bolts. Use cable ties to secure the coolant pipe to one side. To improve access, release the 3 clips and remove the timing belt upper cover. Use a spanner on the centre bolt and turn the tensioner clockwise. Note that on certain later engines, a modified tensioner is fitted, and it is necessary to turn the tensioner anti-clockwise to release it. Here, a cable tie is shown being used to hold the spanner on the auxiliary belt tensioner. Remove the auxiliary belt from the alternator pulley. Release the retaining clip and disconnect the wiring connector from the alternator. Remove the protective plastic cap where fitted, then unscrew and remove the nut and disconnect the battery positive cable from the alternator terminal. Where applicable, unscrew the nut and remove the cable guide. Unscrew and remove the lower, then upper bolts. Then lift the alternator away from its bracket and remove it from the engine compartment. Before fitting the alternator, it may be necessary to tap the sliding sleeve in the alternator housing back a couple of millimetres, so that it can be refitted to the mounting bracket more easily. Place the alternator in position in the engine compartment. Insert the lower mounting bolt. You may need to lever the fan shroud to allow clearance for the lower mounting bolt. Fit the upper mounting bolt, then tighten both bolts. Refit the wiring connector to the alternator, then reconnect the battery positive cable to the alternator terminal and tighten the nut. Refit the cap where applicable. Fit the auxiliary belt over the alternator pulley. Release the cable tie and remove the spanner to release the tensioner. Then refit the timing belt upper cover. Release the cable tie that was holding the coolant pipe to one side, then refit the coolant pipe. Refit and tighten the coolant pipe retaining bolts, then clip the hose to the plastic coolant pipe. Now refit the air intake hose to the throttle housing and secure it in position by tightening the clamp. Refit the clamp to the battery post and tighten it using a spanner. Replace the cover. Refit the spare wheel and secure it in position. Then refit the floor panel to the luggage compartment. Place the engine cover into the engine compartment and locate it on its mountings. Press it onto its mountings to secure it in place. Close the bonnet securely.